Welcome to Timberwolf Treasures. Welcome to Timberwolf Treasures. Yeah.
Greetings and welcome to Timberwolf Treasures. Today we're going to be using epoxy resin, so that's why Dave's working on it here and I'm doing the voiceover. To start with, we're using two-part Let's Resin epoxy resin and some Rolio mica powders. So it ends up being a lizard in a hoodie, which is what we assumed it was, but we just wanted to try out a new mold for you. Thank you for stopping by. To start with, we had pre-mixed the 1-to-1 epoxy resin because when you're using 1-to-1, you should give it a really good stir. And if you do one parts, like 1 cup of or 10 ounces of part 1, then it's 10 ounces of part 2. And then you give it a really good stir, and it says to stir for 3 to 5 minutes. That would be boring, to be honest, so we always do it just ahead of time, but he has got a mask on and his gloves, and that's why I'm doing the voiceover afterwards. So he's starting with this beautiful, beautiful purple. I've tried several of the Rolio packages and different colors. I haven't tried all the ones in the package yet, but so far they are all amazing. Like, the colors they produce is incredible. And no, I'm not being paid to say that. This is just my opinion. And since Dave likes to use them, I'm assuming he's agreeing with me. He's trying to put the lid on so we don't have any mishaps, because you don't want to knock a container of mica powder all over the place. So he is putting a little bit of glue in it. It's just clear glue. Lots of people say that they use Elmer's glue. I just use clear PVA crafting glue. It all works the same. Whatever works best for you, what you can get from where you are. So we just put it there just to make it a little thicker, so he's trying to keep some of the colors separated. So we're going to have a look and see what the next color he has picked is. I hope everyone's doing well today. I appreciate you stopping by and seeing what we're doing. If anyone ever wants to see a video on how to mix resin, we could do that, but we usually do it ahead of time. And then we got this vibrant yellow. Like, look. That will blend in with so many other colors, and for different, like, you can make flowers out of that. It's just an amazing color. I get the Rolios off of Amazon. I'm not sure where else to get them, but being from Canada, I get the products where I can, to be honest. But he's giving it a really good stir when you're using mica powders. You want to make sure you give it a really nice stir, because you don't want any clumps, because the clumps will show up in your product. And if you're going through all this work to make it look as good as you can, and you're picking out the mold and the colors and everything, you don't want to get a big lump or a big dark spot. Especially if you could just take a little extra time, do a really good stir, and make sure it's all in there. And you can see just from the side of that, when you put the PVA glue, it makes it thicker. It's almost like a slime consistency. That's how you keep the colors separated. So once again, he's going to put the lid on. Even a little bit of mica powder spilling all over can cause a huge, huge mess. So we always try to, once you're done using the color, we always put the lid on. And let's go on to the third color here. And we'll have a look to see. If you're watching this, we appreciate you. And why don't you drop a line? Let us know what part of the world you're watching from. We got a couple New Yorks. We got a Croatia, Florida. We got another Calgarian. How cool is that? That is, and Edmonton, all over the world. So we're trying to just see where everyone's coming from. We appreciate anyone watching, and look how gorgeous that blue is. And once again, he's going to put it, and it's just a couple drops. You don't need a lot. The more glue you put in, the thicker it's going to be. And it does thicken up, so you don't want to put a lot in it so it affects the curing, but also you still have to, even if it's in a slime consistency, you have to be able to pour it. So a little bit goes a long ways for this. And there's our baby wipe. We use baby wipes when we're using UV or UVA, epoxy or resin. You could get them, right now we're using Huggies, but you could use whatever. I've used all the different brands. And he's using up what's left in that container because we don't like to waste resin. If you're going to take the time to make it, let's make something for it. Because as I've said in other videos, we do winter craft markets like for Christmas. And we've already been accepted into some, so we got to get some products to go on the table. I have also started doing some videos for Christmas decorations. If you want to check that out, it's also on our channel. They do incredible results, and it's a project you could do with the whole family. Personally, I wouldn't get kids anywhere near resin. Like it is, you have to wear a mask, you have to wear gloves. There's a reason for it. It's cool stuff. It looks like glass when it's done. It's amazing. This is not a project, in my opinion, and only my opinion, but it's not something you have kids around. But the Christmas decoration, I mean, all I use is Mod Podge and some acrylic paint and a little bit of sparkle and a sticker. And of course the wood circle that I'm working on, all of that is family friendly. Family friendly. There, got it out. Sometimes the mouth just does what it wants. Okay, so now he's got his mold there. And he's deciding on what color that is. All these colors are so pretty. And you can see there, just with that 2 tiny little drops of glue in it, how thick that is pouring. And even to stop it, it's like... And he decided to put a little bit more in. And then I watched Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and he always says when you're using epoxy resin that he calls it squidgy widgy. And what it is you want to try to get rid of all the bubbles, but you want it to get in all the tiny little places in the mold also. If you're looking for someone who has a lot of experience and great ideas, Steve McDonald Arts and Crafts, he's a great channel. I watch him all the time. Although I do appreciate all of you watching our channel. If you're liking what we're doing, interested in it, either resin, whatever crafts we think of next, or Christmas decorations, if you could like, subscribe, and share, you have no idea how much we would appreciate you. We are a small channel. We're just starting out, but we're both enjoying working on the different things, like what if we tried this, or let's see if this works. And if anyone ever had any questions, let me know. I have no problem answering your questions. Or if you think, you know what, if I've done a necklace in one combination and you're like, you know what, I think that could look really good in a different color, let me know. I'm open to that. So he's got it full, but I'm moving it out of the way. I'm to the side just helping him. I'm his assistant for this part of the video. We're not going to waste resin. And these little teddy bears to make pocket hugs are adorable. And people love them. And you could even make them yourself for people that you like, for Christmas presents, for even for a friend. You just buy little cards and get a pin for the backing and put it on. That's all there is to it. And I always have sometimes the little heart displays. This time we have the little teddy bears and then the squares. These can be pocket hugs, which some of them will be, and other, like I take one of them, I'm going to make a keychain out of it. And the square ones, they'll also be keychains. It's just, if you make a little extra, just have extra molds nearby, because you don't want to waste it. Like, in this day and age, who wants to waste their money? I don't. We work hard for our income, so we're both still working full time. We are enjoying doing this, but we're still not going to waste resin. Like, if we're saying we're going to create one item, well, if I have leftover resin, or if Dave does, we're going to make sure it's used, like, without a doubt. And if there's a little bit of an overpour, like you see there on that little purple teddy bear, that's not a big deal either. It really isn't. Because at the end, I always like to take the deburring tool and clean up all the edges anyways. So let's have a look here. It's summer here in Calgary. We're in the middle of a heat wave. I've heard there's some other heat waves out there in the world right now. We're hitting over 30, which is very warm for us, which is 100, close to 100 in Fahrenheit, because we're in Celsius. And right now we do have a lot of smoke in the air because we're not that far away from the mountains, and the wind does carry smoke very much. And there are forest fires in some of the mountain areas. There's some in the United States too, and smoke does not care where the borderline is. So it's been a smoky day, so I'm kind of staying inside, getting stuff gone, just because it's hard on the allergies, to be honest with you. So it gives me a good reason to just get this all taken care of. After this video is done, and everything cures. We are using epoxy resin, so it takes 24 hours for it to cure. Then I'll make it into some keychains, a pocket hug, and finish up the lizard. And at the very end of the video, there will be shots of everything to show what our final products are, what they're going to end up. I was curious, for all our watchers, has anyone ever sold online? If so, what has worked best for you? Like, do you use Etsy, eBay? I'm just curious, because instead of just doing markets a couple weekends a year, I'm starting to think, well, maybe an option could be we could do some online. But I don't know how often people actually look at things like that. So if you have any input at all for that, please let me know. Like, if you know Shopify is a good one, or you've had success here or haven't had success somewhere else, please let me know. I appreciate you watching, and if you have input for me, I'm more than happy to listen to your advice. So this is going to wrap up the getting ready part. We will be back when it's time to demold. Thank you.
Back to Timberwolf Treasures. We're going to do the revealing of the, I think it's a lizard wearing a hoodie. And here we go. It came out easier than I thought.
That actually came out really easy.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, it did. Kind of got the colors like I wanted them. You know, I like that.
That looks good.
Yeah. Ooh, 3D. Well, thank you. Oh, we got one more to go too.
So these are the leftover that we had
from the lizard guy here.
Yep.
So this one come out. I don't know. We can find something for these, eh?
Well, I'm thinking we could put like little stickers on it.
Yeah.
Or little designs and put a top coat on them and make them keychains for the markets.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. Yeah.
And they're all different colors, so we can go in all different directions.
Well, that one's nice.
Yeah.
I like the blues.
Kind of got a couple shades going on there.
Yeah. It's come out easy. I don't know, but that's okay.
I'll put something on it.
Yeah. I like the other ones better.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yellow's not my favorite color either.
No,
though.
no, not mine either.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. Space.
Yes, space. There you go. Okay, so I will put something on these to make them into keychains, and we'll just paint up his eyes and
Yeah.
make them all nice for everybody.
Yeah.
And there'll be pictures at the end of the video and final products.
Yeah. So like and subscribe, please. Welcome, Timberwolf Treasures. Bye-bye.
Thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye.
Thanks for hanging round, watching the resin flow, watching that resin flow. Yeah, we're working the craft, watching Timberwolf Treasures grow. Yeah, we're working